here it comes September, and some kind of hurricane's coming. Like hurricane, wait, I'm in Florida. We have those things down here still, and
Oh, yeah, I guess they're saying we need
we
to evacuate.
we realized after that event that and that event was this. We packed a bag. I packed kind of bag and a half. I was going to go drop her off at her mom and dad's over in Estero the next morning. I'm going to get up and fly to Maryland for a high school reunion.
Yeah, so I had
So
an overnight bag,
I
and
kind
then
of
we
had
pack
a
up Annie, the puppy,
right.
with her bed and some food and that,
Yeah,
for the day.
because this hurricane's going to Tampa.
Right, it was going north of us,
It's
and we
not
wanted
coming
to make
here.
sure my parents were gonna be
Got to
okay,
take care of the
so
little
that
people.
was, and we live on the water. We live on a canal, and Cape Coral is definitely on the waterway here, so we went inland to their house, but we wanted to make sure that they were okay, and we ended up never coming back to this house,
For
to
7
that house.
months.
For 7 months, we lived with my parents, and talk about the next stage of transformation
Yeah.
being release. Everything had been released from our lives.
So
The
about four.
boat was upside down, the
So
house was 2 feet of
well,
water.
think about it. 4 feet. 4 feet here is about 4 feet. Maybe 4 feet right about here. Everything that 4 feet in this house, it was cut, and everything was gone.
Walls were gone, yeah, so,
Furniture, everything was just
yeah, everything I touched, clothes, all my shoes, like, everything in the garage that we had just brought back from Dallas, destroyed. All
yeah.
of my pictures, childhood pictures, my baby books, some of my son's stuff, it just heartbreaking. So it was another massive letting go, but what that really did for us was wipe out the past.
Yeah.
It was it was like, this is new beginnings
Even with little stuff I still had.
to the extreme.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's like we just, it like, none of that mattered anymore.
You've got if you go in my office, I've got a thing up there. It says tribulation develops perseverance, perseverance, character, and character hope. Comes out of the book of Romans. Paul said that to the Romans in the letter to the Romans. We went through every tribulation possible, and we persevered all these things together. We persevered from the dog bite to the hurricane, and built some new character within ourselves. Right, we have hope. There's nothing for us to ever worry about in life because in every one of those circumstances, God's provided. Everything's worked out. Everything just works out. That's kind of one of our own little thing. It always works out. Just it may not work out exactly the way you planned, and we can go back and we do together. Go back and identify. That Miami gig didn't work out. That car didn't work out. That dog is not the one we got.
Right.
And you go, okay, well, maybe the universe has got something else in store for us. So we live in a hopeful relationship every day.
Well, if I'm like, if we can make it through a hurricane and go through all this loss and experience this, we
Yeah.
can conquer any mountain.
Yeah. We don't necessarily welcome. We're not looking for tribulation tomorrow morning to come in the mail. But we don't get wiped out when there's a tribulation in our life anymore.